Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some Fallout 4. We just built the damn thing. And yeah, so now we're gonna use it. But first,
remarkable work.
Elder Maxim.
The signal interceptor appears to be complete. Are you ready to put it to the test?
Yeah.
You sure Ingram knows what she's doing?
Proctor Ingram's managed to keep a 40,000-ton airship aloft for the past 5 years. I'd say that earns her the benefit of the doubt. That being said, this is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt. When we throw that switch, God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute.
What are the details of...
I'm glad you asked. Now, I want you to listen very carefully.
Alright.
Once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact. So it's imperative you remember everything I'm about to tell you. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland.
Hashtag Fallout 3.
Projects. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
How did the Brotherhood meet Dr. Lee?
She was part of a civilian project in the capital wasteland that the Brotherhood appropriated. It wasn't difficult to convince her to stay. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly
So she
certain
left. Yeah, I
her
remember
intent
that
was to
now.
make contact with the Institute.
What sort of difference?
Although she was working with the Brotherhood of Steel, she never formally joined as a scribe. After the capital wasteland was secured, she objected to the Brotherhood's continued military presence there. I think she assumed we would just walk away from it all. She was wrong. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her to return to the Brotherhood of Steel. There's a special project we're working on.
Special project,
and it
you
needs her
say?
attention.
What's this project that needs her attention?
Dr. Lee previously worked on a potent weapon for the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd like her to continue where she left off. That's all I can tell you.
Alright.
Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware that you're risking your life going into the Institute blind. Just keep your mind on the mission. And don't let anything they say sway you from your duty.
Right.
Good luck.
Yeah. What, no ad Victorium?
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
I guess, but shouldn't we test it?
Shouldn't we test it first?
Not with a single frequency code. The second you arrive and the Institute figures out which signal we hijacked, they'll change the code, and we're locked out. This is a one-shot deal. So what do you say? You ready to give it a try?
Fuck it. Let's do it.
Let's do this.
All right.
Let's do this
Onto the
shit.
platform, and we'll see if I can find a signal to lock onto.
Alright. Well, good luck.
You wanted to get into the Institute, right? Well, what are you waiting for?
Shut up. I'm trying to...
Move out.
I'm in place. Now what? See, I can't see what she's doing because I put the fucking thing there.
Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3,
2, 1!
Stay safe, soldier.
Oh, fuck! And they killed me. Or not. Huh, so this is where they respawn. A terminal. Alright. Network something. Network scanner. Give Proctor Ingram. Okay. Alright, cool. We're in. We are in the Institute, ladies and gentlemen. Father. Hello.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Yeah, I'd like to discuss things with you too. Ah, shit. They made me put away my gun even though I just respawned it.
Imagine what you've heard, or what you think of us.
You're monsters.
I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
Oh, really?
Welcome to the Institute.
My God. Society!
This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival.
I'd be tapping on the glass.
Decades of research,
You're next, motherfucker.
countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone.
I just want to save it here because I think something's coming up.
You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Where is he? You're damn right. Alright, since I talked to Mama Murphy, if you guys remembered her old ass, she gave me some info. My God. Shaun? There's floating grass everywhere.
Shaun?
Huh? Yes, I'm Shaun.
Shaun? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Where is everyone?
Shaun, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening? What's
Yes,
going on?
it's me.
Father?
Your dad.
Father!
I'm here, Shaun.
I don't know you.
It'll be okay,
Go
Shaun.
away.
I'm
Father.
here now.
Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Please, Shaun. I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Shaun. S923, recall code Cirrus.
No!
Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
I could kill. Give me Shaun.
Give me Shaun. The real Shaun. Right now!
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Shaun.
What?
I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in.
How is that possible?
You had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed.
Yeah, 10 years have passed,
Is it really
right?
so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years?
260
reality.
years?
And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it?
Why me?
At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A
Oh
great
yeah, sure.
mistake.
Way to correct your own
The
dad,
Institute
asshole.
endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human...
Oh, hold up. You're saying that all the human synths have your DNA, therefore they have my DNA. Am I a grandpa? Am I a grandpa and you're their dad? Am I a grandpa? I think I'm a grandpa.
like synth you see today.
Oh, fuck.
Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're the...
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach...
So he wanted revenge, but he's like, you know what? I'm gonna have my dad have the revenge and not
seriously.
me kill you and piss him off.
It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But, director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position, obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other...
I was gonna have you raised as a military man, dude, not some science geek.
Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that.
You know or think.
Give me time. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Mom.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
You take that back.
Collateral damage?
Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation.
Oh, he's such a pussy. Then fucking... he would have fucking left the minute he found out. Started up a rebellion.
You and I have a chance to begin again. I know there's more for us to discuss, but the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs.
Why?
Your presence would be appreciated as we...
Why?
I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine?
Hold up, if he really is my son, I want a DNA test. Just to make sure. That'd be the, like, first thing before agreeing to anything, just to make sure he's my son.
Dude can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like.
People are rebuilding. Have you not been to Diamond City? Bunker Hill?
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too.
Okay, you got Raiders, Gunners, fucking...
Institute. Me?
That's those guys. I'm talking about, like, the guys that are trying to fucking rebuild, you idiot.
We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Are you sure you want this?
Yes, I am. It would benefit us both to work together.
Don't know.
I just don't know.
Just give it time. Give the Institute a chance. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in bioscience. And finally, Dr. Lee in advanced systems.
Dr. Lee.
Notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them. And then we'll discuss what comes next.
Well, we made it to the Institute, ladies and gentlemen. We found our son, father. Your name's Shaun. Alright? It's Shaun. Not father. I guess they named him father because they left the dad alive. And if you play as a female character, you probably named him after his dead dad, father. So, yeah. In respect or whatever. Alright, I'm going to end this session off so when we come back, we'll pick it back up from here. I'm hungry, so I'm going to go get me some, I would say brunch, but it's fucking noon already, so. Thanks for watching this session of Fallout 4. So, yeah, when we come back, we'll continue more of this. Oh, man, I got a lot to do. I got to fucking upload the last session of Fallout 4, the first session of Battlefield 1, Destiny 2 vids, and this. Yeah, 4 things to upload, but God knows there's more than 4 things. Alright, see you guys next time. Peace.